The Invitation, God's adventure based on the parable of the wedding banquet. In a coastal city known for its vibrant markets and endless stretches of shoreline, a young artist named Leo spent his days capturing the world's colors on canvas. Despite his talent, Leo felt an inexplicable void, as though he were searching for something he couldn't describe. Though he painted scenes of beauty and joy, he remained untouched by them, drifting through his days in silent longing. One afternoon, as Leo worked intently, he sensed a presence nearby. Looking up, he saw a figure standing at the edge of the bustling market, a man with a powerful, commanding air, dressed in a gleaming white robe that seemed to shine brighter than anything around him. His form was tall and regal, his posture unshakably dignified, and his gaze calm yet piercing, as though it held secrets beyond time. The man approached, his steps light but purposeful, and when he spoke, his voice carried an authority that silenced the market's usual clamor.
"There's a banquet tonight. It is open to everyone willing to come."
Leo was taken aback, his words faltering.
"Why would I be invited? I'm no one,"
he replied, feeling suddenly small in the stranger's majestic presence. The man's intense gaze softened slightly.
"The host invites not based on wealth or reputation,"
he replied.
"You need only come as you are."
Leo felt his heart stir, intrigued but still hesitant.
"Who are you?"
he asked.
"I'll introduce myself in time,"
the man said, eyes glinting with a mysterious warmth.
"Will you come?"
Leo found himself nodding, without fully understanding why, compelled by the stranger's calm yet assertive invitation. Together, they walked through the narrow streets of the city, and as they walked, Leo felt an inexplicable peace settle over him, like a calm breaking through his inner storms. Finally, they arrived at a grand hall illuminated by radiant lights. The open doors welcomed them, spilling music and laughter into the night. As Leo peered inside, he saw tables laden with rich food and people from all walks of life, young and old, merchants and laborers, even children mingling with joy. It was a scene he had only dreamed of, a gathering of abundance and beauty. The man gestured for him to enter.
"Everything here was prepared with you in mind,"
he said quietly, and for a moment, his eyes seemed to hold all the understanding of the world. Inside, Leo took a seat, his awe growing as he observed the feast and the vibrant guests surrounding him. Yet, as he looked more closely, he noticed a strange undercurrent among some guests. A few seemed distracted, their eyes darting to the door as though eager to leave. Others shifted uncomfortably, whispering complaints about the food or the music despite the apparent excellence. Leo turned to the man, who had quietly joined him at his table, his regal presence a calm amid the bustling crowd.
"Why would anyone refuse this?"
Leo asked, struggling to understand the discontent around him. The man's gaze grew distant, as though he saw far beyond the walls of the banquet hall.
"Not everyone can accept what is freely given,"
he replied solemnly.
"Some are too caught up in their concerns, and others feel unworthy or preoccupied. Only those who open their hearts can truly receive."
As the banquet continued, some guests chose to leave, murmuring their discontent. But for those who stayed, the atmosphere deepened, the joy turning warm and heartfelt, as though the feast drew them closer to each other and to something sacred. Toward the end of the evening, the host, a figure of serene authority whose kindness seemed to embrace everyone present, approached Leo. His presence was dignified, yet his face shone with warmth.
"I'm glad you stayed,"
he said, his voice filled with gentle reassurance.
"This feast was meant for everyone, but only those willing to receive it can truly understand."
"Thank you,"
Leo said, his voice soft with awe and gratitude.
"I almost let my doubts keep me from coming."
The host gave a gentle nod.
"Remember, the invitation is open every day. You accepted it today, but each new day holds its invitation."
When the banquet finally concluded, Leo lingered by the door, savoring the night air, feeling as though his spirit had been renewed. As he turned to leave, he saw the mysterious man waiting for him outside, standing tall and majestic, his white robe glowing softly under the moonlight.
Thank you.
Leo said, bowing his head slightly, feeling his depth of gratitude.
You've given me a new way to see life and myself.
The man's eyes softened a faint smile on his lips.
Remember, Leo, life is full of invitations. Every day is an opportunity to accept, believe, and open your heart.
For a moment, Leo felt there was something left unsaid. The man's presence seemed to hold secrets far beyond words. With a deep breath, Leo finally asked,
What is your name?
My name is Jesus.
He said, his voice quiet but resonant, carrying an authority that went beyond the moment. He looked deeply into Leo's eyes and said,
For many are called, but few are chosen.
As the words settled in Leo's heart, he felt a profound understanding wash over him. He had been called to this banquet, and at that moment, he realized that he was chosen not for his art or status, but simply for who he was. From that day on, Leo's paintings took on new life. His art became a tribute to the mysterious banquet he had attended, a reminder that life's true feast lay not in fame or wealth but in the quiet, daily choice to accept the invitations that grace each day. He remembered a man in a white robe whose invitation had opened his eyes to a beauty beyond the canvas.